months ago, I ain't found it yet, I don't know where it is.
Well, that's why I need one of these, cause watch. Sorry, it's.
Oh, okay. Well, I took my wife's phone and called myself, and I went all over every
But
place.
see, if it's not on, you can.
Well, I expect to let it down, let it off, but I went to, and I did it on Saturday, I don't know how, and I retraced every step, and for 3 days, I went around and called my number on
Well,
the.
see, you know, Lynn's out of town a lot, and then my mom is out of town. But I'm gonna be so precise what I do, cause I'm on the side all the time. Nope. But that note makes it very good to me, he said, I just stuck it in there.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, Bob.
What's the time?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll, call this meeting of the Water and Sewer Committee, at, 3:00.
3:30.
Excuse me, 3:30.
Yes, sir.
All right, are there any items to be added to the agenda?
You need to call the roll?
Probably a good idea.
Yes, sir. Bishop,
Present.
Pace,
Here.
Thompson.
Here. Spot me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, items to be added to the agenda. Are there any? Hearing none, we'll go to the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Pace, seconded by Bishop. All those in favor, Bishop,
Yes.
Pace.
Yep.
Thompson.
Yes. Since we have no citizens, public comments,
No, sir.
let's, you got any comments?
Hmm?
Do you have any comments?
No, I don't. I haven't signed up, no comments.
Okay, good deal. All right, I reckon we need we'll have no presentations, and, so we're going to unfinished business, which there is none, and we have a new business item, which is discussion of the 25-26 budget.
Good, happy Monday, everyone. St. Patty's Day, right? You made it.
Right.
So, a couple items, really 3 things. One with the budget proposal. We've got 2 emergency repairs. One is that sewer repair. Norm Riddle gave us a estimate on that this morning while he was out there. So that'll be around $10,000. We do have it in the maintenance cap, but it's above the 5, so we'll let the committee know about that. And then we had a Teledyne model 5800, which is a wastewater sampling piece of equipment that's required on our weekly samples for DEQ at just over 11,000, also in the maintenance cap. But those are the 2 things that have popped up since this was made. So once we get to the end, after we talk budget, just your heads up for those 2 costs for awareness.
Does this Teledyne thing, replace something that we had?
Yes, we have one out there that
It's quit.
it just quit. It's old enough that it's, I think where I think happened is those power surges that we had and with that ice storm, I think finally, is what they think. They repaired it once and
You check with the insurance?
Huh?
You check with the insurance?
it's seeing what F Mark has, I don't think they got
Oh,
coverage on those pieces, so.
okay.
Nick, what's the address for this, Halifax Road?
You just go, you know where, Chatham Hall cleared that land?
Yeah.
If you turn into that driveway towards that old abandoned house, it's down in the creek line.
How did y'all find that?
Nathan
That-
walked it. It was one of those places that Nathan had walked when he walked the water line for the big water break. And
He just saw it bubbling?
once he drove up there, he could smell it. So he got down there and parked, and then if they hadn't cleared, it'd been much more difficult. We'd have to walk down to the.
Nathan's good by finding.
He is, he's a tracker for leaks, okay?
What was it, New Year's Eve, we found one over there on 29?
So is this private property then?
Well, it's on the easeway, but we had to go across the Chatham Hall land to get there. So fortunately, they cleared, made it easier, because we didn't have to cut a road in. But we did have to cross the Columbia gas line, so their engineers had to come in, tell us what type of mat had to be designed for it, so that when the equipment went over the pipeline, there wasn't any issues.
Did they provide the map? Y'all had to provide?
Well, we got Norm Riddle, having them had to do it. It's something they typically do when they work this stuff. They know, you go buy big wooden pallets and they use over time.
I think I might have seen it.
All right, and going to the next, we'll talk about, the main purpose for this meeting is the water sewer, budget. As we look at that, your first page up there is the revenue. I've highlighted the, water revenue and the sewer revenue both in, blue because they changed, they've gone up.
Question, do we have to vote on approving this?
My understanding, you don't have to approve it, you need to give me the nod because, annotation that's above, when we get to the end,
Approve it all at one time?
we'll do it
Okay.
all at one time. That way, just, you're giving the nod, recognizing that they're gonna spend the maintenance gap, but because it's above the $5,000, I need the, approval from, not necessarily the council, but from the committee saying yes. So water revenue, water and sewer revenue are about 15% more than, last year. And most of that, a good chunk of that is due to the fact that we have all our, 99% of all our meters in, good meters in. So we're collecting on all of our water, including Green Rock.
Paid off.
That gets up, it does. It does indeed. And then on the expense side, I highlighted, the changes in the expenses. The Infomark, both theirs water and sewer, base has changed by 5%, which is their CPI. It may, I don't have their official numbers yet, it could get down to around 4.8, but it won't exceed, 5%. After talking with them, but their accounting department didn't have the hard letter that says here's what the cost is. So this number right here for the base for both water and the maintenance for water and the base for sewer, the maintenance for sewer, include the 5% increase in that. And then you see, down there is a, contractor, contracted labor. That is where we put our water tank, contract for rehabilitation for the required services on the water tank. For years, for some reason, it had been stuck in the, debt service line for some reason, which didn't make sense to me because you couldn't figure out what it was. So Kelly and I moved it down where it's in contractor, so when you see that on the water sewer side, I mean, it's a contract, so that's on contract labor. So that's 65,000, that's a schedule. We have a 3-year schedule for them that meets all the requirements for Virginia Department of Health on the upkeep of our.
So every
water
3
tanks.
years, they clean the tanks and things, right?
Correct, and basically, we have one every year with our, it's a rotation. They very seldom, yes.
By the health
VDH,
department,
yes.
yeah.
VDH, Virginia Department of Health, Drinking Water requires those, so. And then they do the test, when they get done, they do the test. And so you get one will get a paint job, one will get just a inspection, and one will get cleaned, and you just keep rotating them around. So again, that's where our changes were for 25-26 fiscal year. We may have a small adjustment to somewhere between 4.7, 4.8 on that CPI, but it won't exceed 5%. And then we've got revenue versus expenses that are on the water sewer side, water plus $328,909.
Say that again, please.
Right on the board, 328.
I can't see that.
Right, you're looking right for it.
Oh, okay, very good, thank you very much. That I can see.
For our projected. So recommendations, when we get done, again, I'll look for just a written record, put in the notes that the committee approved the sewer line repair, even though it's gotta be done. Understand that it's coming out of the maintenance cap. Look for approval from the committee for the Teledyne, model 5800 for wastewater. And it'll also come out of the maintenance cap. I'd like to recommend that we increase water sewer rates at 5%, which is the CPI, which is our rate on what we're being charged on the increase. If it's an in-town, that's a $6.70 increase on your bill, and if you're an out-of-town customer, that's a $12 increase on your bill. it's still lower than the area, and it just keeps up with the cost of our inflation that we're paying as we're doing this. Yeah, I'd like the committee to direct us to grab the CPAs and conduct the audit